Well, hello friends and subscribers, I'm back yet again with another collection update. This is my second take of this video because for some reason the tape ended. I'm using an old camera, so I had to redo this from the start. And the camera did not tell me, hey, your tape is full, rewind. So anyways, I'm jumping back into the collection update. I've been collecting now a solid January, I guess. Even though I was not supposed to use that much money, which I technically not did. Yeah, throughout like the whole transactions and everything I bought this month, it has been pretty cheap, I think. To be honest, I think it's been pretty cheap. So this week is nothing huge, I guess, but there's some different kinds of things I bought. I bought things from the secondhand store. I bought things from online. So we can start with the first one, which is not a game, it's a manga. And it's a manga of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. The reason I'm buying these, and I think I'm gonna rebuy every manga of the Zelda series, is because they're pretty much, they expand them on a lot of stories in the Zelda games. So I used to own Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. And we all know the story of the games, but these mangas tend to expand on some parts to tell a more in-depth story about events happening in the game. So, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages is my first purchase, and I'm gonna purchase the rest of these books if I come over them cheap. This was cheap, that's why I bought it. So I think I paid like $4, I think, around there, plus shipping. The first game I bought this week was a PC game. Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 and Mysteries of the Sith. I used to own Dark Forces 2, I think, on the PlayStation, but I'm not sure if it was the first one or the second one. It might have been the first one, but they're cool games. They're like first-person shooters, and I thought it was the third person, and I guess it was okay for the tape to rewind itself all of a sudden earlier, because I look now at the back of the cover that I thought it was a third-person shooting game and a lightsaber game. First-person shooter game and a third-person lightsaber game. But it seems like, Jedi Outcast, which is the sequel here, I guess, is the first game we see Kyle Katarn as a third person wielding the lightsaber. But anyways, it's a cool game. It was sealed, so I think I'm gonna keep it sealed and download the game instead. Technically, I wouldn't do anything illegal. So, the next game, there's a theme here actually, is Digimon Battle Chronicle. Now in Europe and all of the rest of the world, this is called Digimon Rumble Arena 2. It's a really cool fighting game. It's kind of like Smash Brothers with Digimon characters. Now I'm not sure if I told this in earlier videos, but I've been a huge Digimon fan all my life. I've been collecting a lot of Digimon like for 20 years, so I had a lot of like random items and special items and games. But together with the games I sold off like in 7 years ago now, I also sold my Digimon collection, because when you're a collector there's a lot of things to move, if you know what I mean. So when, like I've said earlier, 90% of the stuff is games and like merchandise and 10% is furniture, something's off. So I sold off my Digimon merchandise also, which means also the games. So I rebought this. I used to own this on the GameCube, the European version, which is expensive now, by the way. It's not a cheap game. So Digimon Rumble Arena 2, or Digimon Battle Chronicle, as it's called, for the GameCube. I also have to recommend you guys, if you have a Wonder Swan, some of you sit on that console, buy Digimon Battle Spirit. I think it's called that in Japan, or is that the English name for it? Anyways, those games, they're fighting games, simple fighting games, but they're freaking awesome. You can buy the first and second one on the Game Boy Advance actually, so not that great on the Game Boy Advance because it runs smoother, I think, on the Wonder Swan. But buy those games if you love fighting games. They're simple but addicting fighting games. So like I said, we stick to the theme. I rebought Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory. I could actually show all of these games, I guess, or two of them at least. And Digimon Cyber Sleuth, kind of like a sequel to the other game. I never did complete these games. I did own them, I did play them, and to me they're good games, but they're a bit too much grindy, if you know what I mean. I'm not a big fan of grinding in games. That's a lot of times games that makes me just put them away if you have to redo stuff over and over and over. I think these games are a bit like that. So, but it's Digimon, and I have a love for Digimon. Like, I have Digimon tattoos on my arms here. Like, these are spirits from season 4. So Digimon are a big part of my life, have been and still is. I own a Digimon channel with like around 6,000 subscribers, I think. Now, I think I passed 6,000 subscribers last year. So it's like not the biggest channel, but there's a good amount of people there. So AO Digimon if you like Digimon. So anyways, yeah, Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Going on to the next Digimon game, which is Digimon World Next Order. This was more like Digimon World 1, if you ever tried that on PlayStation 1. Which was fun, but it was hard as heck. And I think this game was also pretty hard. So I have not spent a lot of time playing these games, which is sad. Like I said, I'm a Digimon fan. I should have replayed these games like to death, but I haven't. So the games I replayed to death is actually Digimon World 3. Never completed that game for the PlayStation, but I started over and over and over to try to get the best type of Digimon, but never completed that game, so sadly, yeah. And over to the more girly stuff. Yeah, this was from the secondhand store, and I'm not sure what this is called in English, if it even exists in English. I'm not sure. But you have a character in a Norwegian PC gaming called Josefine, which is like this rabbit girl, and it's more like this children's learning PC games. There's like from 6 to 12 years, yeah, so in the range between that. I have kids that's 10 and 12, so at least a girl that's 10. So I guess these games will maybe be fun for her, which is Josefine Norge Rundt, which means Josefine Norway, all around Norway, or like a Norwegian tour, I guess. So yeah, Josefine Norge Rundt. And you have Josefine, hi, do you want to play with me? Is the title of the game. This might be the first one actually released ever. It's a very, very simple like paint type kind of game. The graphics it seems like they're done in paint. And we have Josefine School Help, Fun with Food, Moro med mat, which it says. So this is probably some kind of cooking game, I guess. There's a lot of these. There's like, it says 12 on the one cover here, so it's at least 12 games. It says 12 here also. That doesn't fit the description. Weird. Oh, okay. Fun with Food. And you have Josefine Skolehjelp, School Help, Planettyvene, the Planet Thieves. So yeah, it seems like I'm not kidding. This seems like it's decent games for kids. These are the type of games I would have remembered if I played as a kid and grew up. It seems like that. I cannot show you the cover here, but the pictures are so small. But this seems like classic games that you would remember as an adult if playing as a kid, which many people do these days, from at least Norway. And the next one is School Help once again. Mystery in London. This is yeah, it says that in English actually, but it's Norwegian. The text behind here is Norwegian, so it might be an English game. Might be. It doesn't say anything in the back here. It says Josefine.com, so it seems like this is a universal game for all the world. All right, my mistake. So yeah, a mystery game, I guess. Some kind of a mystery in London, apparently. And the last game I bought was Josefine and Sofus I Gulrotparken, which means Josefine and Sofus in the Carrot Park, directly translated. Once again, it seems like a fun game for kids. So yeah, some easy children's games here to play on this, if they want to. So yeah, that has been this week's collection update. Nothing big, nothing like extraordinary. Oh, I forgot one game. I forgot my most recent purchase, which was Mario Kart Wii. I received it yesterday, so I did not think of that. So anyways, Mario Kart Wii for the Wii, obviously, a pretty fun game. And I've had a lot of competition with ex-girlfriends on this, or girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend was crazy about Mario Kart. So yeah, that has been my collection update for this week. Nothing big, nothing extraordinary, like I said, but it's a collection update. And the games keep coming, it seems. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch another video, I guess, next week, I think. Yeah. Thanks for watching.